Hello friends, I just finished reading Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I have some thoughts. I loved this story. First off, I love fairies. I love the idea of fairies, this whole like pocket dimensions and fairies existing in little tiny like pockets and like little like around us sort of thing, and that there's this whole like whimsical nature of it. It just sounds so like, again, fantasy. It's kind of like the culmination of fantasy. It just sounds so intrinsically beautiful, and I love the whimsy that Heather was able to portray in this novel. And I love our character. Emily is so like nerdy researcher. Like I vibe with that on such a level. The lengths that Emily goes, like so hardcore, for her novel. She's like, no, I have to write down for the research. I have to, for the paper. Like, as somebody who has like been there, I have been there for the paper, you know. I've done it. I've written my fair share of thesis papers, girl. I get it. Like, spoiler alert, damn, you know, I don't know if I would go as far as like to awaken the Fae King and nearly get married away and, you know, just be enchanted and, you know, live my whole life happily enchanted until my wits disintegrate and I have no semblance of my own wits and self. I mean, that's pretty hard freaking core for the paper, you know. But yeah, good for her that she actually gets to marry the Fae of her choosing, Wendell. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I found this just a really enjoyable read. It was nice to see things through like a scholar perspective. It was written very much like a journal, and I always like that style of writing. It was very like factual at the beginning and slowly turned more into a diary-esque sort of thing, but she still had that sort of factual, like nitty gritty, like these are the details sort of thing, but not really. Just Emily is just so bookish and very just data driven, and it just she just is so, I don't know, it just was funny. I love her character. I just thought she was, and she's such a stark contrast to Wendell, who is just so like bombastic and full of this just fluffy energy of just like you just I love how like he calls her out on her foolhardiness. Like he's just like, you're heartless, you just are all about the facts, and she is, and I love how he calls her out on it. This one's a solid 4 stars for me. I found it highly enjoyable. Super excited for the second book coming out.